Hi, I'm Jenny Redding, writer and creator of Rock Talk. Before we begin the tutorial today, I'd like to explain how and why I created Rock Talk. I've been teaching ESL for over 20 years. Right now, I teach full-time at Oxnard College in California. I used to be a singer-songwriter with my own band, and my performance name was Jenny James. So, using music to teach English comes naturally to me. When I was earning my TESOL certificate at UCLA, my classmates used to ask me for my lessons. When I asked them why they wanted the lessons, I got 3 different answers. First were the non-singers.
I'm the type of person who should sing alone. And if you're not really a singing type, it's even more valuable because it allows you to bring in music and songs into your classroom, which otherwise you might be a little bit hesitant to do.
Next were the singers, who loved the convenience of my lessons.
And before I'd have to search for things and try to find, music or whatever on my own. And your program is absolutely comprehensive. So we don't need to search anymore.
Last were the people who liked our musical arrangements because they were slower and easier to understand than the original songs.
The recording quality is so clear. The students really understand the words and they can really hear the differences of sounds, and that is such a great part of this program. So I'll tell you, I just love that. That's great.
Now there are over 3,000 teachers using Rock Talk. The results have been fantastic. But how and why does Rock Talk work so well and so quickly? Rock Talk is a brain-based product. In other words, according to the most recent brain research, music works incredibly well with the human brain, especially for the purpose of learning. As people listen to music, chemicals are released, namely endorphins and dopamine, which lower the cortisol levels and relax a person. This prepares the brain chemically for higher brain functions, such as prediction, analysis, and sequencing. This is why Rock Talk works so well and why students can remember what they're being taught. Now, how is each Rock Talk chapter structured? We begin with a warm-up, a slow, repetitious song that helps relax students and helps them focus on the phoneme for the chapter. As you can see, the students then relax and aren't worried about how they sound. This is the key. If you tell a Hispanic student to sound ugly, the nasal resonance in their English disappears. If you tell an Asian student to sound ugly, the airy quality in their English disappears. Both gain an immediate, more natural intonation pattern. The main thing is to create a safe environment where students can feel free to take risks and make mistakes, all of which is vital to their language acquisition process. On to the medley, the heart and soul of the Rock Talk program. We chose top hits that naturally focus on the phoneme. Also, the keys we've chosen make these songs very singable. Let the students listen once through and have them identify the short A words that they hear. The second time through, have the students mark an X whenever the singer breathes. The third time through, the students have to sing along, breathing only when the singer breathes. This tricks them into long phrasing, which is just what fluent speakers do. On pages 1 and 2, we address the visual learner by providing lyrics, and the rhythmic musical learner by using music. But by page 3, we finally address the kinesthetic learner, the student who learns best by moving. Overlapping these learning styles embeds the information even more deeply into the brain. As a bonus, when emotions are triggered, which is natural in a lesson using music, the storage of such emotions is located adjacent to where short and long-term memory are also stored. That's the reason students remember what they're being taught using Rock Talk lessons. Now that students are relaxed and engaged, we are ready to introduce grammar concepts, for example, parts of speech. Now, on to the karaoke feature of Rock Talk. I divide my class into groups of 4 or 5, making sure to mingle extroverts and introverts. The students create their own lyrics using the rhyming dictionary, but the focus is on the group work and the ridiculous lyrics. This group work involves the interpersonal learner, the person who learns best by working with other people. On page 5, we again focus on the kinesthetic learner. By page 6, we are ready to do the vocabulary and close exercises, usually in pairs. By page 7, we do the hammer the grammar section, the grammar embedded in the songs. Rock Talk is great as a standalone text, but it's also wonderful as a supplemental tool. For instance, let's say you already have a lesson developed on present and past tense verbs. Well, you can go through the warm-up and the medley, jump right here to page 7 where we do an exercise on the embedded grammar, and then go right into your already established curriculum on verb tenses. The close exercise on page 7 serves as a comprehension check. All of this is done with humor, and that's to engage the emotions for better storage of information in the brain. Now, on to the role-play activities that are based on the plots of the 3 songs. This gets students on their feet and serves as a great oral assessment. Notice that while the 2 students in the phone scene are getting a real workout, everyone else observing is also having a great time being entertained and engaged, as you can tell by these photos of my class doing the role-play exercises. By the way, trust these scenarios. I went to UCLA for my BA in theater arts, and I spent a year working with an improvisational group. The scenarios really work. By page 9, we reach the discussion section. All songs in each chapter are thematically grouped. This chapter, for instance, is how men and women treat each other. This is a great cross-cultural sharing opportunity. The culmination exercise is the writing exercise at the end of each chapter. Each exercise is keyed as to level. You can ratchet this exercise up or down depending on your class level. For instance, if you have a lower level class, have them write a few sentences. If you have an intermediate level class, have them write a paragraph. If you have a higher level group, have them write an essay. And this is the structure of each Rock Talk chapter. As a side note, you should encourage your students to practice. It's by practicing these songs that they'll improve and acquire English in half the time.
It's improved my English, gave me a lot of vocabulary, my pronunciation's better, and I think it can improve more if you read it and listen to the tapes.
I like these rock talks because it helps me a lot. I only have 1 year in this country, and when I came here I didn't speak a word in English, so this book helps me a lot. And right now I think that I can speak very well.
The music, the integration of English and a tape is incredible because you don't relate just one word at a time. You relate different movements, sounds. I don't know, it's different because you could integrate everything in only one element.
Most of all, remember that Rock Talk is fun, and your students will learn without consciously thinking about it. They'll keep coming back to class because it is fun. I've been asked to show how I break down each chapter into separate lessons. I teach the warm-up and medley on one day, which takes about 30 minutes. On another day, I teach the karaoke section. This also takes about 30 minutes. Finally, I put the grammar, vocabulary, and discussion on the last day, which takes about an hour. I assign the writing exercise as homework, as I mentioned earlier. We've licensed these top pop hits because they're well-known, they're catchy, and they're easy to sing. The Germans have a perfect word for these kinds of songs, a song worm. They get into your brain and you can't get them out, and that's the idea. Well, we hope that you enjoy Rock Talk, and if for any reason you want to contact me, feel free to call me at 888-890-4009 or email me at jenny@eslrocks.com. Hope to hear from you.